by the end of the week and into the weekend, Manaski, have you been looking at that long-term forecast?
I have.
We're stuck on this app when we pull up the app and you go out. I know, Christine, this bothers you, but it goes out 15 days. Almost always it is dead, not accurate.
But we're still obsessed with
But
it.
we become obsessed with it. And right now, what is it saying? Once we get through this week, what's it say?
Well, so it's a lot of sunshine in 70s.
A lot of sunshine and a lot of 70s.
I hesitate to say it. I don't want to jinx it.
I know. Well, Memorial Day weekend is it a week? It's next weekend, right? A weekend from this weekend. I believe it is.
You know what? I don't know.
And right now, it's going to be beautiful. I can tell you right now, the forecast for Memorial Day weekend is upper 70s and sunshine, Christine. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah.
And by August, it'll be...
Oh, August looks great. We might have some 80, 90-degree days there. Listen, don't bank on this forecast, this long-term stuff. They have a hard time telling you what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
Although I do say they have been pretty accurate. I think the forecast has been pretty accurate as of late in terms of the 2 or 3 day forecast. I find I am obsessed with the weather. Professor Allan Saxe on the line right now, and he's with the University of Texas at Arlington. He's a political science professor. And there's a lot of talk about Elizabeth Warren right now emerging as a real attack dog for Hillary Clinton. Professor, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. By August here in Texas, it's going to be about 110 by August.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
I'm jealous of your temperatures.
Yeah, well, listen, it's snowing in New Hartford right now. It's snowing in Clinton.
And Elizabeth Warren, the way things look, she's generating a lot of heat as well.
Yeah.
By her Twitter messages, her war with Donald Trump on the Twitter universe. And it's very interesting because a lot of people are saying that could be a running mate for Hillary Clinton because she is tough. And they want somebody to be able to really go after Donald Trump. And they're saying maybe she's the one.
Yeah. Surprising to women.
It'll never fly.
That you think that'll fly?
No.
It would be unique, but I don't know if it would fly or not. But that's an interesting interesting speculation. Hillary Clinton has been. The speculation is, and she's going to get the nomination. You know, she was, as everybody knows, the fix was in before it even started. But Bernie Sanders is driving her nuts because that was not the scenario. That was not the way the play was supposed to go. But she's going to get the nomination eventually this summer in Philadelphia. And probably she'll name her running mate then. A lot of people speculated it was going to be one of the Castro brothers. One of them was mayor of San Antonio, another HUD secretary, then became HUD secretary. And they're very well known in Texas, the Hispanic community. Then she may go to a lot of other names that are being bandied around out there. Sherrod Brown, a United States Senator, very liberal Democrat from the state of Ohio, has been talked about because Ohio was such a very critical state. But the interesting speculation may be Elizabeth Warren, because if Hillary Clinton wants to make headlines as the first woman as a nominee of a major political party, well, why not two women, president and vice president? And who knows, that might be forthcoming.
Listen, she's tough. I mean, you know that you've hit the big time in politics when Trump actually gives you your own nickname.
That's right. And, but I think he just called her Goofy, I think.
Goofy, and he called her, at one point he was calling her Pocahontas. I'm not sure why.
And she replied, is that the best you can do? You know?
Yeah.
And the reason why Pocahontas, a lot of people might not know where that comes from.
I don't.
Is that when she ran in Massachusetts for the United States Senate, I think against Scott Brown, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a very rough and tumble race. And they found out that she had gotten some privileges, in quotes, I guess, at Harvard, where she taught in the law school, I think one course in the Harvard Law School for an enormous salary. I have to be sarcastic about that.
Yeah.
And then they found out that she had been claiming that she was of American Indian heritage. And that's where she got the nickname Pocahontas. I come from Oklahoma. Funny. That's my state.
Yeah.
And I didn't see her there, but that doesn't matter. There were American Indians all over the current United States, as we well know.
Very funny. And let me throw a couple at you. Bernie Sanders, no chance, right, that she would select Bernie Sanders.
But she but he is going to have a presence at the convention.
Yeah, no doubt. And then the other is that Bernie Sanders, and I keep hearing from Jim Zecca, who is a guy here who is a political figure, community leader, if you will, advocate, huge Donald Trump fan, who says that Bernie Sanders is going to run a third-party campaign. I say it'll never, ever happen. What do you think?
You're right. It's not going to happen. It's too late. In order to get your name on the ballot in some of the states, it should have been done a long time ago. So there's that legal part of it. You just can't get your name on the ballot that easily in a lot of states.
What do you think about Bill Kristol throwing out there that maybe there would be a third party on the Republican side, a conservative, a true conservative running?
They've all got to forget this third-party stuff. If they wanted to mount a third-party campaign, it should have been done a long time ago. They wanted to get Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire here in Texas,
saw that,
the owner of a big professional basketball team here, and he said emphatically no. And he's pretty good friends, I think, with Donald Trump at least one time, but he's not going to do it. So the establishment Republicans had better fold their tent, and also any Democrats that are mad at Hillary Clinton as well.
And didn't they Mitt Romney tried to enlist a senator from Nebraska to run as well, and Reince Priebus over the weekend came out and said that would be suicide.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. The last third-party campaign that really had a chance to do something dramatically was Ross Perot, down the turnpike from where I am now, or the former turnpike down the interstate from where I am right now. It used to be a turnpike, but down the interstate, Ross Perot in 1992. And Ross Perot he didn't carry one state, but what he did was spoil it for the then President of the United States, George H.W. Bush, who was defeated by, of all people, and Governor of Arkansas, Bill Clinton.
Now, one little note about that. If you remember, Ross Perot got back in the race very late. However, the difference there is he had already been in the race, so I'm pretty sure he was already on the ballot. Then he dropped out.
He was on the ballot, and he never carried one state, but he did carry something like 19-20% of the popular vote, taking enough away in some states, including Texas, to deny the presidency to then the sitting president, George H.W. Bush.
Really crazy. Who would have thought?
It really was. But I don't think anything like that's going to happen this year. But the question is, will people stay home? That's the deal.
Right. Very interesting. What a year this has been.
It really is. And more to come.
More to come. Professor Allan Saxe, as always, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Christine has an update, 7:19. Good morning, Christine.